Hello, friends, and welcome back to Elevate with Erica. So, today's conversation is one that's been on my heart lately. So, it's personal and it's honestly really where I'm at right now. And that's what this podcast is all about, right? This is a come with me kind of thing. This isn't a hey, look at me up here on my pedestal. I got it all figured out. No, we're doing this together. And this particular episode is for anyone who's tired of carrying things that you've outgrown. Things like shame and hurt and anger and guilt, pain, resentments. Maybe it's labels that you've placed on yourself or that someone else has placed on you. Maybe it's expectations from yourself or from someone else, perceived expectations from someone else. The version of your life that you thought you'd be living right now. Maybe that's something you need to let go of. Maybe things don't look quite like they thought you would at whatever stage of life that you're in. Maybe it's the mistakes that you wish you could take back. If that stuff feels heavy, even just hearing it, then it's because it is heavy. And some of us have been dragging it behind us for years, right? For me, years for some of these things. And I've been in this season where honestly, I feel like I've outgrown so many of the things that I've been carrying, old patterns, old assumptions about people, ways of thinking and reaching and ways of thinking and reacting that just aren't aligned with where I want to go, right? They're just not serving me in this season, and I know they're not serving the person that I'm working to become. And the wild part is that God is moving in my life right now. Like it brings a smile to my face to think about, the big prayers, the ones that I've whispered for years that are unfolding right in front of me. Huge pieces of my life are changing for the better, and yet I feel anchored to like the hard season I just came out of, and I feel anchored to things I've been carrying since my childhood. And here's something that I've been realizing. A lot of these things that I've been carrying, they've become like armor for me. And not the shiny kind that makes you feel strong, right? But the kind that you are dragging behind you because somewhere along the way you convinced yourself that it would protect you, right? Now you've got this hard exterior and it's going to protect you. And we hold on to hurt as a shield against more hurt, right? And we keep anger close because it feels like it's going to guard us from being taken advantage of again, from having someone hurt us again, from feeling betrayed again. We cling to resentment thinking it's going to prevent disappointment. But here's the truth. This so-called armor doesn't just keep out the bad stuff, it keeps out the good stuff too, doesn't it? When you're braced for impact all of the time, you can't receive the kindness, the joy, or the love that people are trying to give you, or the prayers that are being answered. You can't even receive those. And then we start getting frustrated, right? Like, why does everyone keep letting me down? But in reality, we're not open to anything else. It's like walking through life with your arms crossed tight across your chest, right? Wondering why no one's handing you any flowers. You can't hold what you're not willing to open your hands for, your arms for. So one morning, I was journaling and I wrote down all of the things that I wanted to release, the grudges, the should have beens, the moments that I keep replaying, ruminating on. And when I looked at that list, I realized that none of it is helping me step into the woman God is calling me to be right now. And He's calling. And here's the thing, releasing doesn't mean I'm letting others off the hook. That's something else I had to work on, right? It doesn't mean that I'm letting others off the hook. It means that I'm letting myself off the hook. Because how can I fulfill God's purpose for my life if I'm dragging yesterday's baggage into today's blessings? So I gave myself a little call to action that I want to give to you guys today. Whenever I feel triggered, this is something I'm going to actively start working to do. Whenever something stirs up old emotions, old stories, old pain, I want us to pause. And I want us to close our eyes for 5 seconds. And I want us to imagine the light coming in. The light is the present you, the one fighting for a new approach, for a new day. I want you to actually visualize, like when you close your eyes, you see darkness, but you know how you can see when someone turns on a light in the room or something? I want you to imagine a light coming in, right? It's the future you, the one excited for what's happening and what's coming. I picture that light filling that space where darkness, resentment, and fear wants to sit, where they've got a grip on me. I picture light pushing them out and filling that space. And then I ask, is how I'm feeling or about to respond aligned with who I want to be? Is how I'm feeling or about to respond aligned with who I want to be? Or am I about to respond out of the past that I'm trying to release? That 5 second pause can be a game changer for us. So I hope that you'll start working to do that with me. Whenever you feel some kind of trigger that's getting ready to evoke some kind of emotion within you or some kind of reaction from you that you know is about to, sometimes we say we're about to run a little hot, right? Like you know is about to take you back to the old places that you've been. I want you to pause, take that 5 seconds to close your eyes and vision the light coming in. That light is the new you. So maybe you needed to hear this today. You are allowed to put things down. You are allowed to stop rereading that old chapter so you can start living the new one. You are allowed to step out of the identity that's shaped by your worst moments, or like maybe it's just your worst memories, and step into one that's shaped by God's grace and God's plan for your future. Isaiah chapter 43, verses 18 to 19 says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing." And that verse doesn't say ignore your past, it says don't dwell there, right? We can remember without reliving day in and day out. We can honor the lesson without recarrying that weight. So here's a few things that I want you to take away starting today, right? These are some steps that you are going to take away starting today. You're going to write it down. Number one, you're going to make a list of the specific things that you are ready to release. Sometimes seeing them in black and white just makes you realize just how much space they've been taking up. And sometimes you start writing and you realize you've got a lot more things than you thought you did, right? Like one thing makes you remember another, right? I want you to release. I want you to write it all down, right? And then number two, I want you to create your light visualization. So whatever that's going to look like for you. For me, it's literally imagining light filling a dark room in my mind, okay? For you, it might be picturing a door closing and a new one opening. And number three, ask the alignment question. This is so powerful. So before reacting, pause and ask, is this response from the healed me or the hurting me? And number four, I want you to pray it out. And listen, guys, it doesn't matter what your faith is, what higher power you believe in. I want you to speak to that. Maybe it's your highest self, right? And I want you to hand it over to God, to your highest self, to the universe, to whatever higher power that you believe in. I want you to hand it over to that daily. Some things we're going to have to release more than once. That is okay. So don't feel like a failure if day after day after day you're still trying to hand over this thing, okay? Sometimes it's going to take more than one time. I know I've got things in my life I need to let go of that are going to be a work in process. It might take a year, but we're going to start that process, right? So I want to leave you with this reminder. The weight you're carrying might not be your fault, but it is your responsibility to put it down. And that's not going to be easy, but you deserve to walk free into the life that God's prepared for you. So let's not miss what he's doing right now because our hands are too full holding yesterday, right? Let the light in over and over if you have to. I'm right here with you, learning to do the same. And if you liked this episode today, I want you to share it with a friend who might need this reminder too. Maybe share it on your social and don't forget to tag me so I can love on you. And if you're walking through your own season of release, then send me a message because I would love to hear your story. Okay, guys, until next episode.